here for the eSingaCup 11 versus 11 Pro Clubs competition, and we're going to bring you the second match straight away, this time between Rebel and versus SHOSHIN SHA. I had to make sure that I take a second to look at the name and make sure that I get it correct, because there were a couple times during we were practicing how to say the names, and sometimes we get it wrong. We want to make sure you get it right. So SHOSHIN SHA. There we go. And we'll be going directly into the game, and we had the first game between Baga CF and Rebel VFC, and it ended up as a 3-0 victory to Baga. So Rebel going to have to do as much as possible to get themselves back into the game, as I throw it to my man Toasttalks here for the play-by-play.
So Rebels will again be in their black home kit, but SHOSHIN SHA in the white. So we have SHOSHIN SHA getting the ball early in the final third, but it's being cleared by Rebels. And again, Rebels' morale definitely has to be low after that 3-0 thrashing, but of course they have to set that aside and come into this next game with a new mindset. Right, they have to score a few more goals here, but it does not seem like that could be the case early on within the first 5 minutes, as the ball nearly entered the back of the net yet again, as we have quite fast.
Yeah,
I couldn't even see the names there, but it's still in possession. But again, Jerome, they are holding on to possession much better in the early halves. And just as I mentioned, that the ball is given away to SHOSHIN SHA, and right now it's Loti Nan who is in that left flank, and the ball passes back into their midfield. Rotina not able to convert any shot, as Rebels, again, they need to do a bit more in this game, Jerome.
Yep, that's for sure. I mean, Rebel, they have to try to start on the front foot, because after the last game where they were totally dominated by Baga, especially with Baga's pressing game, they have to try and make sure that their passing game is much better, because SHOSHIN SHA, they don't look as if they're pressing as high as Baga, but they are Rebel are just giving them the ball, and that's the poor thing about the play so far.
And I think definitely that has to be part of them, and just virtual team talk, right? They have to keep the ball to pass the ball to their players' feet instead of just passing it to their opponent's feet. As right now, Rebels just loses the ball in the 18-yard box. Unfortunate for them. Could have converted an opportunity there, but they are doing much better, like I mentioned, having the ball into that final third, but not quite sure why he took that shot there, as it went right into the defense. But Rebels, again, another shot in, and
oh my goodness, this time that long shot. I mean, you're stunned for words. I'm also stunned, my goodness. But that's the thing about pro clubs now. You have these special attributes where you can take shots from so far out. I don't know. I find it a little bit unfair. What do you think? What do you think?
I mean, definitely unfair for SHOSHIN SHA, because the goalkeeper was rooted to the spot. I don't think he actually thought it would have gone in, but it went in nonetheless. So Rebels able to score the first blood in game number 2. So SHOSHIN SHA off to not a very good start for themselves.
Remember, the top 1 in the group will be the only team going through, and of course all 4 teams are from Singapore. And because the other it's a penalty. It's a free kick.
It's a
Sorry,
free kick.
a little bit. It's 10:30 in the evening, so I'm a little bit. No, it's 11 o'clock. See, oh my goodness! But free kick here, and
SHOSHIN SHA has an opportunity to equalize it if they can convert this free kick. But will it go in? Does not seem to be the case, but nearly getting the ball into the back of the net. So SHOSHIN SHA still with possession, and they are going to play wide on their right flank. Back into the center, and the goalkeeper might have a touch on that. And nope, I think the referee has gotten a good eye on that and has given it a goal kick. So kick the ball up into the field, but it's again back to SHOSHIN SHA. And SHOSHIN SHA, goalkeeper being made to put work in the early portion of this half, Jerome.
Yeah, I mean, shots coming from every single direction. After the first goal, I mean, players will definitely be trying to take the shots from way up front. And that's the thing about this game. They dare you to take shots. If you have the space, go ahead, take the shot, like what you may do now.
The goalkeeper yet again. I think he kind of learn his mistake coming in from going up against Baga. So he's trying to atone for those mistakes as he's keeping a clean sheet so far. But will it be clean after this corner kick by Shoshin Shah? And a curling ball into the 18-yard box, but the defense from Rebels FC able to pick up the loose ball. And the ball going quite close to the byline there, and it's being saved, but unfortunately again being given away cheaply to Shoshin Shah. So Shoshin Shah, it seems like they are doing well in the center of the field, right? They keep passing the ball through the center. So I guess for Rebels, they need to close down that center, as we can see a long ball that did not reach its intended target, Jerome.
Yep, now they're not facing something like a Culture Killers who seem to be the predominant threat. They're now facing a team threat down the center, which I think is a very good way to go about it. But, you know, they are dealing with the threat down the center pretty well so far from Shoshin Shah. But again, like what you mentioned before, whether the sheet will be clean at the end of the game, you'll never know. And they might get something here.
Tries to go for the goal. The goalkeeper, in just half an hour, has made a total of what, 3-4 saves, crucial saves to boot, and it's another corner for Shoshin Shah.
Shoshin Shah have been on the ascendancy since they conceded that goal. Whether they'll come back, you'll never know, but still a lot of time here. You know, pro clubs' timing sometimes can take an age. You know, sometimes some games can feel they take an age, but some games seem like they're very short. So let's see where we go from here.
And the ball up into that final third from Rebels FC, not able to keep possession. So we did see the stats there on possession, right? Rebels having much of the possession in the very first half, but again, they're not doing too much of the ball, but they managed to score 1 goal. So I think they are quite happy with that goal stats at the very least. And they're doing very well again, compared going up against Baga. They are holding on to possession, but again, there's the passing accuracy not really that well, as they try one more time into the side of the net. Unfortunately not able to replicate what they were trying to do in the very first goal. And Shoshin Shah definitely thanking their lucky stars that did not go in.
And now Shoshin Shah, they want to try to get the pressure that they want to make sure that they win or get the equalizer for this one, because remember, only the top one in the group can go through, and you know, when you suffer defeat in the first game, you're pretty much, not say done, but pretty much, you know, you have a bit of a mountain to climb, you know, going into the next few games. And you know, you really want to be on top of your game throughout the competition.
So we see Rebel FC doing a lot of work trying to force their way into the 18-yard box, but Shoshin Shah definitely learning from their very first mistake. And a breakthrough here by Shoshin Shah. It is Shalan and might go into a goal, but unfortunately for him, just wide of the far post, Jerome. Very, very unlucky, man.
I mean, they talk about their FIFA halftime curse. It nearly came true, but Shalan manages to miss the target, unfortunately, with a chance. Not sure where the left back went. Left back seemed to go hi-ho on his horse and gone, basically. But, you know, a very good chance at the end, and it could have been very different going into halftime. As we take a look at some of the stats, my goodness, Shoshin Shah with most of the possession, and but not making it count. And remember, not to throw the cliche line in, but the most important stat is the one at the top left-hand corner of the screen.
That's true. So Rebels again going into halftime, not trailing by 1 goal, but leading by 1 goal. So that is at least an improvement from their previous game. But of course, can they double their lead in the second half, or will Shoshin Shah find one back, or even maybe miraculously even win the game? So we are just about to start the very second half, and thank you guys for joining us. I am Toast Talk as well as Jerome here, and we are off to the second half.
This is going to be quite the interesting one between these two teams for sure. I think with the way Shoshin Shah were playing in the first half, I'm going to put a bold prediction here. I think they're going to win this game.
And that is going to be a very, very bold prediction, though, as you know, Rebels FC able to get the ball back into their possession. And looking at how Rebels are playing, I think they are kind of a bit more passive. They have possession of the ball. They're trying to make their way into the final third of the opponent's half. But of course, you know, again, their passing. I think the main issue that we have with Rebels here is their passing accuracy.
Yeah.
Right? They can hold possession. We've seen them hold possession, but their passing accuracy usually brings the ball into the opponent's possession now. So Rebels again with the throw-in. We'll see if they can make their way down the center and try to score another goal though.
Ooh. I mean, it's been quite it's been quite a scrappy game. I think possession-wise, the passing has not been really fantastic from either team, I got to say. But you know, this is the first game of, or this is the first day of the eSingaCup competition, so sometimes people can be nervous and stuff like that. You know I'd be nervous if I were playing in the pro clubs competition, but I think as they get further in the competition, if any one of these teams go further in this competition, you know, they will have to step up their A game for sure.
Definitely, because as they progress, it's going to be tougher and tougher opponents from the other 15 groups. Yes, you heard us right. There are 16 groups, a total of 16 groups playing simultaneously. And again, only the top one team will hit into the round of 16, which is going to be... Oh, and ooh, the goalkeeper! Important save, vital save by the goalkeeper, and is out for another corner. It seems like we've seen a lot of SHOSHIN SHA's corner, but none of them hitting the back of the net. And I think Rebel has to thank their lucky stars that it is as such, as they are trying to go for a counter attack. It's still Rebels with the ball on that left flank, but gets intercepted by SHOSHIN SHA's defense as they clear the ball on to the other side of the field.
Well, looking at the game now, it's definitely going to be very evenly poised, you know, as we hit 56 minutes. I think, based on my prediction, I don't make predictions to anyhow make predictions. I hope to make predictions to make the team hear me out and like prove me wrong, but they might be proving me right. And again, another keeper save. I mean, how many times has the keeper saved them? Look at that, 6 corners, and most of them, from what I believe, from saves from the goalkeeper.
That's right, the goalkeeper making a lot of crucial saves to keep a clean sheet yet again. So will we see a clean sheet coming in from this AI goalkeeper? And certainly Rebels will be hoping so, as they are again leading by 1 goal, and it's still a small margin, right? They can go for the equalizer. SHOSHIN SHA still can go for the equalizer, and having the ball into the 18-yard box, but losing it unfortunately inside of the 18-yard box as well.
Let me throw something at you. Do you think it is good goalkeeping or is it bad finishing?
I would say thus far from what we've seen, it is going to be good goalkeeping though, because the it seems like all the balls were on point, all the shots were on point, but just that the goalkeeper had a touch, a fingertip save on the ball, and it's gone out for a corner. So we'll see if they can finish the ball here as the ball goes into the 18-yard box. But again, a nice block by the defense from Rebels, and you know, they are starting the pressing game coming in from SHOSHIN SHA. And will Rebels be able to deal with this? We will just have to wait and see, as we are just over the hour mark, Jerome. And again, your prediction is SHOSHIN SHA will be able to win this, but are they able to win this within
the 23 minutes that are left? Oh,
that's true.
Oy. I mean, a lot of things can happen within these 23 minutes. I mean, not to throw in another cliche, but it only takes a second to score a goal. So I still do think they can come back. They must score within the next 10 minutes or so before they can try and harbour hopes of it. Hey, oh, wait,
Didn't manage to equalize.
Where's my mic? I want to drop it. Okay, there it is. But see what I told you. You know, I mean, they've taken so many shots on goal. This was bound to happen, and it has happened. The equalizing goal for SHOSHIN SHA. SHOSHIN SHA. Do you get what I mean? So, hey, Max Verstappen. Oh, any F1 fans? Woo, F1. Max Verstappen. Sorry, I'm not going to go on a whole rant about F1 and FIA, but let's just get back to the FIFA Action Toast. Take it away, man.
Rebels FC, now they are kind of on equal grounds yet again, and you know, the pressure is definitely on them back. I wouldn't say it's on SHOSHIN SHA more now, because definitely we've seen them go shot after shot after shot only to be saved, and this could be the goal that ended, and unfortunately just whiffed the ball. Unfortunately for him, and Rebels, they really have to stop the push coming in from SHOSHIN SHA, as you know, we've seen how deadly they are in that final third. So Rebels trying to find some some space in their right flank, and will have options in the 18-yard box, as Rebel still pushing through the 18-yard box, but gets the ball out for a corner. I believe this is the first corner of the game.
Yeah. It goes in. Ooh.
But it is SHOSHIN SHA with possession and able to start the counter-attack. SHOSHIN SHA.
He might be on. He's on. Oh, parallax error.
Unfortunately. And Rebels, again, they have to start pressing on to SHOSHIN SHA, because SHOSHIN SHA, they're becoming very much bolder in the last few minutes here. And a defense splitting pass here. SHOSHIN SHA could go for the goal here. Unfortunately, the goalkeeper clearing the ball. Not a very high clearance though, but nearly getting the ball back into their own half.
Still 11 minutes to go, and look at that. SHOSHIN SHA have the ball back once again, and this is why I'm putting my money on them to win, because look at the pressure. Oh my goodness.
A clash of heads there by the defense and their goalkeeper. And SHOSHIN SHA, again, they are pressing hard. They are revitalized by that goal that they've scored, the equalizer, and they're looking for the full 3 points, because they are going to go up against Baga, who I believe are playing against Gladiator BD on the other hand. But Rebels on the 18-yard box goes for wide and tries to go for a goal, but the goalkeeper being put to work, and that could have easily been 2-1.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yep. Unfortunately for Rebels, it did not go in. SHOSHIN SHA definitely had a hard stopping moment there, as they've gone for a goal kick, but Rebels still with the ball and trying to find a way past the defense of SHOSHIN SHA, and he's just gonna clear it.
When in doubt, put it out. When in doubt, put it out.
But it's gone out for a corner kick instead of a throw-in, so not quite sure if that was wise, as Rebels try to push it into the near post, but gets cleared by SHOSHIN SHA. So Jerome, like in 3 minutes, do you think? Oh no, actually they can, Jerome, and they have the ball right into the 18-yard box. Not able to do anything with that. SHOSHIN SHA.
Oh my goodness.
Not able to do anything with it, and now the counter-attack is on Rebels. Will they be able to get a stoppage time winner here? And 3 minutes being added on. It could very well end in a draw. The next goal will definitely be the nail in the coffin for the other team, or will they, be happy with the draw here, Jerome?
I think I don't think anybody will be happy with the draw, especially in pro clubs. I think when people set out to play pro clubs competitions, I think the main thing is they want to win every single game. I think a draw is not going to cut it in this tournament. So I believe a draw will be upsetting for any team, especially now.
And it could go for a goal. But what a save. What a timely save by the goalkeeper. Had that gone in, Rebels would have definitely been 1 goal ahead. And, Rebel, even though they had the lead in the very first half, they didn't do much to press on the advantage, right? And unfortunately for them, SHOSHIN SHA was able to press on and get the equalizer. So at the end of that match, we are currently draw between Rebels VFC and SHOSHIN SHA, 1 apiece.
Well, you look at the stats right there. You see now they don't have just shots and shots on target. Now they have expected goals, and expected goals for SHOSHIN SHA was at 3.3, and for Rebel was only at a 1.1. So I mean, you could see that SHOSHIN SHA definitely were pushing for the victory. They definitely had so many chances that they had to score, but the goalkeeper, like what we mentioned to you, was on form, and that's when I put my prediction in that they would actually go into this, they would actually win the game. And that's about it basically. And now, who would you think would be more happy with this result? I think, will anybody be happy with the result?
Definitely no one's happy with a draw results, like you mentioned. But I think if we put it into perspective, SHOSHIN SHA, they definitely deserve the draw, I would say, just because even though Rebels, again, like I mentioned, they had the early goal, but they did nothing to press the advantage. So SHOSHIN SHA was able to get the equalizer. I think they'll be happy with the draw, but they'll be ruining their chances. Like you mentioned, 3.3. That was the expected goals.
Yeah.
Right. So very, very unfortunate for SHOSHIN SHA. But again, a draw is at least 1 point secured instead of 3 points lost.